guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video was supposed to be on yesterday, but we had some technical difficulties in the editing process. I was so angry and stressed out. I didn't go to bed till like 12 yesterday, I want to say. I'm not going to waste any time getting into our topics for today because I actually have plans for today. I have to get going, so I want to make sure I can get out of the door in a decent time, get ready and all that shit. So yeah, let's just jump into it, okay? For today's mask, I planned on using this new mask I picked up from Ulta. This is the Tony Moly Banana Peeling Cream Mask. But it's only supposed to be on your skin for like 3 minutes, and these videos normally last like 10 to 15. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep using what I've been using the past few weeks. This is the Neutrogena Deep Clean Purifying Clay Mask and Cleanser. Anyways, let's get into the drama. The first point of discussion I have for you guys for today is a video I just happened to come across. I want to say, I think actually it was yesterday. I haven't watched XSparkage. Her name is Leisha. I haven't watched her channel, and I want to say it's been a couple of years since I've watched her channel, and she was actually one of the OG beauty channels here on YouTube. And it's not for any like negative reason. I just, you know, when you just grow out of someone's content, you're just like not interested in what they're doing anymore. And it happens to everyone, including me. I'm sure there are people who used to watch me when I first started, which why would you do that? I was embarrassing. There are people who probably watched me when I first started who just lost interest in me and what I do here on my channel over time. It happens to everybody. It's nothing negative about the person or their channel. You just lose interest in things. It's normal. And that's essentially what happened with me with Leisha's channel. I grew out of it, you know? It is what it is. But anyways, I came across one of her videos in my recommendations yesterday, and I was like, you know what? Let me just see what this is about, because the topic of the video was the beauty community, which that topic is a hot topic, as we all know now. And so I was like, you know what? I want to hear from one of the OG YouTubers, because she really was, and she lets you know a couple different times in her video. She was one of, if not the first people in a YouTube beauty clique, but she was part of the OG YouTubers in the beauty community. And like I said, she mentions it a couple of times in her video, and I was like, okay girl, we get it. In any case, the video itself, of course, was about what's happening and all that jazz. And then I come across this part.
It's really interesting to see all of this stuff unfold and just how crazy the beauty community is now. There's so much negativity. There's so many drama channels. There's so much hatred, and it's kind of gross.
I wasn't gonna respond to that until I heard her say this next.
I want to talk about your opinions and how you feel about stuff, but I do not want to make this a drama style thing. I think it's gross that it's come to that people make tons of money talking shit about other people. I'm not here for that.
So I went through her comment section and found a few that I wanted to put up here. And this first one reads, I think what you're doing here is taking power away from those drama channels. You talk about the problem and then give positive advice on how to handle social media situations. I think that this is tremendously mature of you. There is a need for adult beauty gurus to have couth and respect while speaking on hot, sensitive topics. Thank you for doing so and putting yourself out there. It's not easy to give your opinion when hit goes against the mindless crap out there. Now, let's just go back to that second line where it says you talk about the problem and then give positive advice on how to handle social media situations. That line right there is exactly what the channels that I watch, the channels that I'm sure you guys watch as well, that's what we try to do. Especially when it comes to people like Peter Mon. I even try to be Peter Mon-esque and, you know, end my video with something constructive. Like a few videos ago, instead of shouting out people, you know, like Manny or whoever the fuck else, I was shouting out people who were smaller artists, lesser known artists, who I thought deserved to be in the spotlight. And so I try to end my videos off with a positive solution or a positive way of thinking or a positive way of looking at situations, and I look at things logically. And that's what Peter Mon does. That's what we all do in different ways. So to me, it's like, homegirl, why don't you give us a chance to show you that we're not all negative? Like, what the fuck? So then you look down, Leisha likes the comment, and she also replies, thank you, I'm all for talking about things that are controversial, but the speculating and gossiping stuff the drama channels thrive on isn't healthy for anyone. But honey, what do you think you're doing in your video right now? You're gossiping, you're talking about things that are happening, that things that are relevant in the beauty community. We should be talking about these things. You know, these people are right. why shouldn't you speak out on it? Especially if you are an influencer, you have every right to speak on it. But that doesn't make it to where, you know, other people like myself and the other drama channels can't have our opinions on things. And listen, I understand sometimes we can get a little shady, you know, and throw some shade here and there at different people. But the most of us do it all in good fun. We're not doing it to fucking be assholes to people. But even you yourself in your video throw shade a little bit, and everyone knows who you're talking about when you talk about the fucking social climber. We know who you're talking about. You're throwing shade. It's good, girl. If you want to be a drama channel, just fucking do it, okay? It's fun. But I will tell you also with certainty that I myself, unless I know for an absolute fact that something is not true, I will not sit there and create stories or create drama where there is none. There are channels who do that. It's unfortunate. But those channels, luckily, will not, hopefully, be around for very much longer. And then this next comment had me 50 Shades of fucked up, because it is probably the most privileged fucking comment, I think, out of all of them that I'd seen. And it says here, this whole thing with Laura annoys the hell out of me. OMG, you said something that I don't like and it upset me. You need to apologize right now. For fuck's sake, that's not how the world works. Everyone is going to experience people saying things that they don't like or that upsets them in their entire life. People need to grow the fuck up and stop being professionally offended by something every other day. There are so many things that are so much worse in the world that we should worry about than a person's racist tweet. Now, listen, I covered the girl's picture and her name, and it's because I didn't want people to go target this person for any reason. But this, to me, is the epitome of a person of privilege telling people to just shut the fuck up and just deal with it and move past a situation that doesn't affect them in the slightest. And these are the kind of people that piss me the fuck off. I hate when people who are not affected or targeted by a racial slur or a racial anything, I hate when they try to put themselves in a position where they tell people who are offended, who are affected by things like these racist tweets, shut the fuck up and move on about it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to you because you weren't offended or targeted in the tweets. These people were. So who the fuck are you to sit there on your high horse and tell people who were offended to just shut the fuck up about it and move on? Now, listen, I'm going to make this extraordinarily short. To me, it was kind of hypocritical of her to sit there and talk down on people who make money off of talking shit about other people on YouTube when you're doing the exact same thing. Grouping all of the drama channels as being disgusting and gross in your eyes for sitting down and talking shit. When really, the more reputable channels don't do that. They sit down and discuss what's happening and they ask from their followers, you know, what do you guys think? We discuss topics. What's wrong with that? You're doing it right now. And not to mention, if you want to throw stones about people making money off this kind of shit, then maybe your video should be demonetized, you know? It's so funny to me because these influencers are so quick to say, do not group us all together with these three because of what they've done, or these four because of what they've done. We are not them. They do not represent all of us, but they're so quick to throw stones at us in our genre just because of the actions of a select few channels who paint drama channels in a bad light, and they do. We all know who I'm talking about. There really actually isn't a few. There's only like maybe one or two. Let's be real. But it's, to me, it's so hypocritical of her to sit there and say that we're disgusting and we're gross for discussing things like this when you're sitting there discussing things like this and your video's monetized. Like, what makes you any better? Is it only negative when it's not you doing it? Are you the only one who's allowed to have an opinion about things? Like, it just, to me, that's kind of like, meh. One thing people were bringing up was the fact that in her video towards the end, she says, you know, if any of these tweets or any of the actions of these individuals offends you or affects you or whatever, do me a favor and just move on. Just do me a favor. If any of this from these influencers, if it offended you, if it bothered you, unsubscribe from them, remove them from your life, and move forward. Luckily, she did pin a comment, which I'll have right here. It reads, "Hi, I wanted to clarify something. Thanks, Mai, for bringing this up on Twitter. When I say unsubscribe and move on, I'm not at all saying forget, get over it, etc. I'm referring to the bullying aspect. I think there are ways to say your piece, say how you feel, and educate without bringing yourself down to a bullying level. I'm not saying to stay silent. I'm saying don't let them live rent-free in your head. Hope that clarifies. Purple heart emoji." Now, do you guys feel like this was a good enough explanation or clarification of what she said, or do you guys think she should have gone a little bit further? My opinion, I feel like, especially judging from the comments I read a couple minutes ago, I feel like she should have gone further and stated, listen, if you're not offended by these tweets or affected by them, and all you want to do is bully these people, then you are the ones who, yes, should just unsubscribe and move on and not say anything. But if you are a person who was targeted in these tweets, or if you feel offended by them, by all means, do not stay silent about it, but I wouldn't bring yourself to a bullying level. That's what I would have said. That way it truly clarifies exactly what people were bringing away from that comment she made in the video. And so I feel like if she would have said that, things I think would have been taken a lot better by some people, because people are still like, girl, that wasn't enough. But it is what it is. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts down below. In which she does clarify what she meant by that, because when I first saw that before the comment was put up, I was like, wait. And I'm happy that people are understanding now more of what she was talking about, because like I said, before that comment went up, I heard what she was saying and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But going back to the drama channels, I mean, the ones I speak to, and I actually had a conversation with one of them not too long ago, and this person asked me, they're like, do you consider yourself a drama channel? And I was like, I gotta be honest, I don't want to, because of the negative connotations. And I feel like there are a lot of very negative connotations attached to the drama name when it comes to drama channels. This person gave me great advice, and I love talking to this person. And they kind of changed my mind on how I felt about it. And they're like, don't let people make you feel bad about what you're doing. You're just talking about a subject and getting output and input from your subscribers. And I was like, that's true. The more reputable drama channels, whether it be big, medium, small channels as far as audience, it doesn't matter. The ones that we have here that I speak to, whether it be on Twitter, in the DMs, in text messages, in phone calls, whatever the case may be, I feel like we are the ones who truly do not have any ill intentions when it comes to making these videos. We purely want to discuss what's happening, and our subscribers want to discuss it too. The same way she wanted to get on camera and discuss the same shit on her channel and make a discussion in her channel in the comment section. So it's like, what? So, Trend Mood just released this picture from Tarte's holiday collection for 2018, and it had me feeling some type of way, I gotta be honest. So imagine all the nude palettes that Tarte's ever created thrown into one palette, basically. Thrown in with a couple of blues, a couple of purples. We have a set of blushes and highlights and a contour shade in the shape of a pineapple for holiday 2018. Okay. I am not sorry for what I'm about to say, but I am so done with fucking Tarte. Like, I cannot anymore with this bullshit. I feel like I want so badly to love Tarte, to be interested in Tarte's products, but every single time I'm thinking, maybe this time with this new release, there'll be a new color scheme and we'll have new color choices and it'll be different this time. Every time I start to think that, they release this shit. And I'm reminded of why I never, ever give Tarte any attention. I'm fairly certain, actually, at this point in my collection, which I have a very big collection of makeup, I don't have a single fucking Tarte product in my collection. That's how bad it is. Please, someone educate me on how the fuck a pineapple has anything to do with the holiday season.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
I don't think of pineapples during the holiday season. I think of cranberries, I think of turkeys, I think of Santa Claus, I think of Rudolph the Red-Nosed fucking Reindeer, I think of snowflakes if you live here in the Northeast or where it snows. I don't think about pineapples during the holiday season. So why they would release a pineapple shaped palette during holiday season 2018 and not summer 2018 blows my fucking mind. All right, and the last thing I want to touch on, there's two things. Okay, the first thing is Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. Now, we all know Jaclyn Hill released a video last week announcing that she's coming out with her brush collection.
Well, for today's video, I am so excited. I know I feel like every single video starts with that, but this is actually really exciting. I feel like this video has a very special place in my heart because, and I know you guys are gonna be like, oh God, here we go. She says it's about everything, but this is the longest I have ever worked on any collaboration in my career, which is crazy, right? You would think like, you collaborate with a brush company and you just made brushes. Like, what's the problem? Like, why that takes so long? But it was just a lot of different stuff. We went through a lot of trials and errors, and we had a totally different vision for this at one point, and we were getting samples that looked nothing like this, and like, it was totally far out, and then it ended up not working, and it's just been a lot, you know? I have actually been working on this collection for over 3 years.
When I tell you I rolled the entire time I watched this announcement on her channel, I'm surprised my eyes went back to being like normal and not being all over the fucking place. Like, it just was the eye roll of the century, because in the first 2 minutes I was done. I was done with it. She says that she had worked 3 years
Or bronzer as well. This is my go-to bronzer brush
on this brush collection. Yet, and a lot of you had the same thought. This is why I fucking love you guys so fucking goddamn much. So many of you guys, the minute I was about to tweet about this exact same thing, so many of you guys tweeted me and direct messaged me, and you're like, so she spent three years on this brush collection, but she was able to get thousands upon thousands upon thousands of palettes redone in a month and have them released. Why you on that bullshit? It makes no fucking sense. I genuinely feel offended because I feel like she's insulting all of our intelligence telling us that bullshit. That's not just some bullshit, that's some bullshit. I'm sorry, lo siento, pero I'm actually not, okay? Excuse me, miss. If you think I'm gonna fucking believe that shit, girl, I got a bridge to sell you, okay? It's just a mess. I'm sorry. And please tell me how the fuck you're gonna have it priced at that much. You are not MAC. Morphe is not MAC. And here's the other thing. How is it gonna take a brush company 3 years to create a brush set? 3 years. 3 years.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Which brings me to my last little subject here. I watched BTS's video before it was taken down, and it was taken down because there's more shit happening today. I'm pretty sure Marlena from Makeup Geek, she's the owner or founder or whatever the fuck, she's uploading a video today at some point, I'm not sure when, I will have a video on it, talking about her experiences as a brand owner for Makeup Geek, because as you guys know, she's worked with Manny, Kathleen, Jaclyn, I mean, girl. If anyone's got tea, this bitch has it, okay? This woman is gonna sit on camera and outdo all the drama channels in one sitting. I guarantee it. But anyways, I watched BTS's video last night before it was taken down, and the emails and what was exposed in that video, holy shit. I couldn't, it was a 45-minute video, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so long. But I was so interested the entire time. It was so weird. What was exposed in that video was incredible, and it only further proves that Jaclyn perhaps isn't the best person to work with, which is probably why it explains why she doesn't work with anybody else except Morphe all the time. Have you guys noticed that? Like, this girl could have MAC, she could have any brand she wants. Her audience is huge, but notice that no brands are coming near her. You wonder why, you know what I mean? But I will say this, and I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but I'm just saying, given what I saw in yesterday's video, as far as the emails and everything, and I'm sorry if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, I know the video's down. I know BTS had taken it down because there are some things coming up today. In BTS's video, we see that Makeup Geek is constantly emailing, and Jaclyn is constantly ignoring, not paying attention, just being very half-assed as far as her work on her side. But the one thing that took away from it was that not only is Jaclyn a terrible partner to work with when it comes to like collabs and things like that, but Marlena wasn't the smartest, because I'm sorry, after the second time of me asking you to look over a contract and you not doing it, I would just halt all production of that product until I have a contract signed in my hands. And I wouldn't even start production until I had the contract, you know what I mean? And I know it was a matter of, well, she was a friend of hers and she didn't think Jaclyn would, you know, do that to her. But to me, I'm sorry, when it comes to business, there are no friendships. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here for today. I normally would wash this off and show you guys my face, but quite frankly, I don't have the time for today. I literally have to be out of the house in like an hour. So I need to go get ready for the day and get going, but I will see you guys in the next video. Leave all your comments down below and all your requests if you have any. People are still asking me for like a P.O. box or an address to send me stuff. I will link that all down below as well for you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys so, so much. Take care. Bye.